That is the Nigerian government announcing increase in passport fees, which is going to be effective from tomorrow, the 1st of September 2025. And that includes for the 32-page passport with 5-year validity, jumping from 50,000 naira, doubling in price to 100,000 naira. And we also have that of the 64-page passport with 10-year validity, also seeing that sharp hike to 200,000 naira. And the government is saying that the reason for this is to curb corruption and making sure that people get their passports on time. And that is the situation that we find ourselves today. Well, for people who will be applying for their passport as from tomorrow, 1st September 2025. So with the reasons that the federal government have given to Nigerians, that this is why they are increasing the passport fee, so for easy access to curb corruption and all that. Do you think that is enough to justify that double in the price that we've seen in the passport? Before it used to be 35, it got to 50, and well, that was still okay, but to 100,000 naira. Is that fair?
For you, and maybe for me, and maybe for many other Nigerians, that increase is too steep. It's too much. How can you do 100%? But for those who have the money, it is nothing. For the upper class, for those who make easy money, for those who are in political appointees or things like that, it is not much. How much is 100K? How much is 200,000? If you enter ShopRite now, you'll finish 100,000 before you get out of the place. If you go to one of these, all these, let me not mention them, so I will not be advertising. You go to some of these restaurants to go and eat. I took my family, my wife and my children to one the other time. We ended up spending 80-something thousand naira just to have lunch. So how much is it? 100,000. How much is 200,000 for this class of people? But for the struggling Nigerians, even the cost that they are increasing now, the 50,000, it's a lot for many Nigerians for them to get this 50,000 in this particular parlous economy. So now when you also now want to increase, you don't even increase by 10% or by 20%, you increase by 100%. It's like it is insensitive. It's like these people are not aware of the problems that the people have from 50 to 100, from 100 to 200. So you see, so if you do it incrementally, okay, from 50 to 60, then you wait for another 1 year or 2 years, from 50, from 60 to 70, something like that. But here, it happens as if anything we want to do, we just throw it at the people. It's the same thing with fuel prices. You see the way they just threw it at us and we absorbed it.
Electricity tariff too.
They threw it, you are saying, this MTA, all these service providers, they throw it, you accept it. Everything. Forex, so they throw it. Whatever they believe that whatever they throw at us, we will absorb it. So they keep throwing it and we keep absorbing it. I think there is a need for us to say that enough is now enough, like General Abacha said. Until we say that, they will keep throwing it at us and we will keep absorbing it. Then the second angle of it is the reasons they have given for this increment. Will they actually deliver to them? We have had so many. They said, oh, when we remove fuel subsidy, we will use the money to pave the roads, to fund education, to fund the hospitals and things like that. Have they done that? Have they not removed the subsidy? Are our roads better? I've written so much on the Lagos-Ibadan especially that they spent how many decades to build. Now it's cracking. It's already getting bad on various sections of the place. Now I've written so much about Ibadan, Ife to Ilesha to my state, in those states. Now I have written about Akure to Ado. Then now somebody now called me the other day and said, please help us to write about Owo to Benin. And not to talk of even Akure to back to Lagos, Ore, and things like that. So where have they, now we even want to talk about Ibadan, to Ogbomoso, to Oyo. Where have they spent this money? This money that they have made from a removal of fuel subsidy. Where have they spent it? All these things they are throwing out, the tariff they are increasing. Where are they spending the money? So they will tell us that, oh, there will be efficiency, the services will be better, but it has never proven to be so. So it will stem corruption. How will it stem corruption? Which government in Nigeria has ever stemmed corruption? How has this government stemmed corruption? Corruption appears to multiply in strength, in vigor, in vitality with every passing government. So I don't believe the reasons they have given that if we pay 100,000 or we pay 200,000, that we will get quality service. I don't believe we are going to get a service that is more qualitative than the one we are presently getting.
Definitely. So. And now to Jide Ojo. So for these issues surrounding the increase in passport fee, one of the things that they're promising is it's going to be delivered to your home, and it's something that you're going to be getting in the span of 1 week. But when the price was initially increased, something similar was promised, although not the home delivery in 1 week, but it was something that was promised. Okay, within this particular time, you will be getting your passport. But then we find out that for people who have applied for passport, even though you do the application online, you are still required to go there physically for the capturing, despite the fact that you've already entered your NIN, your BVN details and all that, which already has all your data, and then you're still going there to do the capturing, which could take forever. And some of the things that people just do is I think that is where the bribery comes in, where they would pay extra money, and then because of the extra money they would pay, that would fasten the whole process, and then they will be getting their passport on time. So do you think that this promise is something Nigerians should take seriously, or is it just going to be repetition of same thing? Because if they were thinking that when the passport was 50,000, so people were paying 100,000 naira to get the passport very quickly. And if they have to pay that 100,000 naira to get it more, does it not mean that would have to be paying probably 150,000 naira for people who want to get their passport as soon as possible? Will it not be the repetition of the same problem over and over again?
The latter is the scenario that will most likely play out. Like my brother in the studio said, the more the prices increase, the lower the quality of service. Look at the telecoms. When they approved 50% increase for telecoms, we all thought the issue of drop calls, we all thought the issue of internet connectivity and all of that was going to improve. But it hasn't. Now we are paying more for poorer services. And there are regulatory agencies that are not seeing to it that there is improved service delivery. It's unfortunate that is the lot in Nigeria. As you have rightly pointed out, I do not knowing Nigeria the way I knew Nigeria, it's just we increase the appetite of the officials for corruption. Because unless every process is automated, the moment you have to do something within their office structure, forget it. They will deliberately, of course, they won't tell you go and bring money. It's you that will be looking for who to help you fast track. You that needed something urgently, you are the one that will be saying, please, can I get somebody to help me? And then, of course, they will say, well, if you can pay a little extra, we can do that. You understand? And many of us also are very impatient because we only will get the passport at a time that we need it. Passport is not something you get when you are just about to travel. It's a 5-year, 10-year document. Assuming that even when you don't have any travel in contemplation, you apply. You can stay the course. Even if it takes you 1 month to get it, you will get it ultimately. But a situation where you have a travel to make in 2 months And then, of course, you cannot travel without proper travel documentation. So you that needed to go and apply for visa, you cannot go and apply for visa without a passport. So if you now have a travel to be done in the first week of October, and you know that the visa to where you are going takes a bit of time, you cannot even be applying for US visa in 1 month's time when you want to travel, or UK visa, or German visa. Even if you want to go to Ethiopia and the rest of them, you have to give that sufficient. So many of us, if you don't want to pay that bribe, make sure you apply early enough. Or it's like when you want to fly and you want to fly cheap, pay cheap airfare. What do? You book your flights long before the time. But if you want to fly today and you go to the airport, or you want to book online, be rest assured that you pay arm and leg to get it. So unfortunately, we are left with no choice in this matter. It's taking off tomorrow. It's either you take it or you leave it. If you cannot pay, then you won't apply. But if you know it is important for you to travel, then what do? You go and pay the fees. But what I will encourage the media, like your own platform and the civil society, to do is to monitor and take them to task on what they promise. We all use these services. I got my passport last year, and I knew that it was not fast. Even despite paying extra, I still had to wait like 3 months before I eventually got it. And that was early last year. I'm talking of early last year. So what I'm saying is that the media and civil society needs to do what? Needs to oversee this new promise, whether it will be promise kept or promise breached. Because unless we continue to gaslight them, unless we continue to, oversee them, they will continue that culture of impunity. And I remember in my days in the university, the price of the same international passport was increased to 200 naira. And I recall, as an undergraduate student, a journalist came to meet me in my department at University of Lagos to ask me for my opinion. 200 naira. The same passport we are now getting for a month, 100,000, 200,000 naira. So the point is, thank God it is even an option. Not many Nigerians will consider that as something they should go and strive for, because unless you plan to travel, 95% of Nigerians will never travel. They are needing passports in their lifetime. Not many of us will want to travel outside of the country. And of course, unless you are going to have the need to go outside of the country, you may not need. But the bottom line is that we are left in a situation of take it or leave it. There is no consultation. There is no town hall meeting where people can express their view. And the minister has just made the announcement. So the bottom line is that let us now oversee the implementation. Are people going to be enjoying the home service delivery as promised? Are we going to see this passport being ready within 1 week? Given the Japa syndrome, you could see the enormity of how many Nigerians are struggling to just have this passport, to just get out of this heat that Nigeria is putting under many of us through. But it's so unfortunate that Nigeria of our dream is still long in coming, because with all these increases, not just in fuel price, in prices of commodity, food items, even consumer items, in terms of even rent, many rents now is 100% increase or more than even my own. So you see that that's why Nigerians are going through a lot of mental torture, mental health challenge, because they can't understand how they can survive from day to day with all these potential ASUU strike, increase in the price of international passport, increase in their house rent, increase in telecommunication, increase in NEPA electricity tariff, increase in what has not even increased. I'm yet to see what has not increased. So the point is, it also breeds corruption. As you know, many more people are into Yahoo Yahoo or internet scam, all because they want to make ends meet. The jobs are not there. People want to travel. People are heavily indebted. Many individuals have to go borrow from week to week in order to survive. And in doing all of that, they are under pressure, like Ras Kimono's song of the 90s, under pressure to survive. And that's just not good enough, because when you see the rate at which Nigerians want to leave this country, is because of things like this, where things will forever be on the increase rather than coming down in terms of pricing.
Contribution on the program. It has really been very insightful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Do enjoy your week and happy new month.
And you too. Thank you so much.